Another day, another bad news story for Harley Davidson, and unfortunately, we got to talk about it. Anyways, let's get into it. So, I don't like doing these videos. I know they get more views on them, but I really don't like talking negative. I like trying to be positive on here, but there's been so many negative things recently with Harley Davidson. And this one, they just came out with their fiscal year 2025 forecast, and it's not looking very good. So we got to talk about that. I'd much rather be talking about, actually went and looked at bikes at my dealership, and they actually have a bike that I've never even knew Harley made. It's a 2011 FXS Blackline, I think it's called. Anyways, I'll put a picture of it. My wife hated it and my daughter hated it. It's because of the way the tank is painted. It's kind of goofy on it, but they can't get past the fact that we could just paint that. I never knew they had an FXS. Apparently, they only made it 2 years, and it wasn't very good. Didn't ride very good, but I don't know. I think I kind of like it because it's different. But anyways, on to the topic at hand. So Harley just put out their financial forecast for 2025. I'll leave the article to Reuters down below. And basically what they're saying is their motorcycle sales are going to be flat, or it's going to be a 5% decline. So this isn't just a Harley thing. Motorcycle sales are going down all across the board, all different makes, especially here in North America. So it's not just a Harley thing. There's a few factors in that, obviously, like disposable income. Motorcycle isn't cheap, and they're not really the the mode of transportation that they are in other countries around the world. Here in North America, they're more of a luxury item. Even the cheaper motorcycles, it's usually just, it's a toy for them. Now, what I think is unique to Harley Davidson, we've talked about this before, or at least I've seen it before, the way they're dealing with it. Now, other companies might be trying to get more product out the door. Harley Davidson seems to be doubling down on offering more expensive bikes. Higher profit margin bikes. So the expensive bikes, they're not giving you a lot of cheap options. Although the Nightster, they actually got pretty damn close to 10,000 US, which I was shocked at, but I think that has more to do with the fact that that's being done in Thailand. But yeah, Harley Davidson seems to be focused on, like the CEO said before, they're trying to make Harley Davidson into a luxury brand. And with some of the prices that are out there, they might be getting there. So as for a business sense on that, I guess it kind of makes sense, because that's like your core audience or core customer, like previously, the people with more disposable income to bring into Harley Davidson. But it's really, to me, it's not a long-term solution to what Harley's problem is getting new riders into the brand. I think they do need to do both. You can have your expensive motorcycles, but you got to have something for new riders to bring in. You don't want them starting on these other companies' motorcycles and then becoming loyal to those motorcycles, especially if those motorcycles, like a lot of people say, ride better, handle better, they're more reliable. I think Harley Davidsons are plenty reliable. I think that's an old adage, but yeah, I don't know if it's a long-term solution is to just focus on those high-end motorcycles. I mean, Harley is kind of damned if they do and damned if they don't with some of the stuff they do. I mean, they were one of the first, not one of the first, but they did come out with like an EV motorcycle, the Livewire. I don't think that's been selling well. I'm ashamed to admit, though, that while I was at the dealership, I did see one of those new Livewires. I think it's called a Del Rey. There was actually one sitting there. My wife's like, "Oh, that's a nice bike," and I actually looked at it and I went, "Oh, that is a nice bike." I didn't realize that's what it was at first, and then as soon as I found out that it was an electric bike, I'm like, "Forget this." It's but I hate to admit it, it actually looked like a pretty cool bike. I'll try to put a picture up somewhere around here, but it actually looked okay. I'll never buy an EV bike. I mean, buying a Harley Davidson without the sound, I mean, that's just blasphemy to me. But and that's part of Harley's problem. I understand why they want to focus on those high-end motorcycles because that's what keeps selling. When they try to do new things like the EV market, that didn't go over well. They tried to have beginner motorcycles, the street. Now I guess the street was kind of a failed motorcycle to begin with because no one liked it. But at least Harley was trying. They got rid of the Iron 883. I think they should just bring that back and sell it in North America. Forget about the Euro 5. I mean, if you're an American company, you don't care what everyone else is doing. You're an American company, right?
These machines are a tribute to the American spirit. A bridge to freedom, adventure, and the thrill of the ride.
Anyways, so yeah, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. Because anytime they do try something new, it usually doesn't end up well. It's always the old tried and true methods. But now I'm wondering, with this forecast, does that put more pressure on? I know a lot of people have told me in the past, and I've seen a lot of videos on it, that they want the CEO gone. Does this forecast help, move it along and get him out? I don't know. I hope Harley Davidson does well. I don't think they're going out of business anytime soon or anything like that. But the market right now doesn't look good for Harley Davidson, especially with it going down. Because I don't think they had a very good sales year last year. But what do you guys think? Is this something that Harley Davidson should be worried about? Are you guys planning to buy a new motorcycle this year? I'm more into the older bikes myself right now. I can't justify spending that much money on a new motorcycle, whether it's Harley Davidson or Indian. I am looking at a new bike for my daughter, but that's going to be in like the $10,000 range. That's not in the $20,000, $30,000 plus range for the big bikes of Harley Davidson and Indian. But yeah, are you guys planning to buy it? Do you think their sales are going to be down? I almost think they might be even lower, because the only people I hear that are thinking about buying new motorcycles this year are all the guys that seem to get the early access to the Harley Davidson motorcycles on YouTube. But what do you guys think? Anyways, until next time. Later.
No agendas, no drama, no bullshit. Just the open road.